So today, guys, I'm doing Mann Ki Baat in Mann Ka Mausam. So the guy who's talking about Mann Ki Baat, colossal waste of time, colossal waste of resources, colossal waste of public time and administration time, because everybody out there is sitting there and listening to this Mann Ki Baat. Did he ever, does anybody even know how many, does anybody listen to it? Everybody I asked have listened maybe out of 100 episodes, I have listened to none. I shut everything down. But anyway, look at what he says. MKB triggered mass movement, says PM. The only mass movements that PM triggered were those thali banging, and then the biggest one of them all was the lockdown and the movement of the labor. There was no other bigger mass movement, right? Then you have this. PM talk building bridges between people and government, says Shah. How can the bridges be built? Because bridges are two-way traffic. So if you're only talking to one side, how can any bridge be built? I don't know. PM on MKB at 100 filled a void, gave people connect. Connect with what? Nobody wanted to be connected with him. People wanted to be connected with work. People wanted jobs, not connected to the PM. And does he really even matter? Because look at what's happening with our wrestler girls, and not a word, right? BJP turns milestone episode of MKB into mass outreach event. I think it's a millstone event. Right? It's a millstone around our necks and his neck, right? And on the money law. And governors, ministers take lead at events to mark 100th episode of Mann Ki Baat. I agree. This is what I said. Colossal waste of time. And just, I'm going to put this up for you. Just look at these guys. The ambassador from the United States has obviously been flown in to India. Look at the costs involved. Probably flies business of first. Huh? Colossal waste. What if if there was an attack from Pakistan or from China? If everybody's here, right? And then the other funny one is, look at Madhuri Dixit. Does she really even care about this? I mean, what a waste. I've actually seen where it was put out in the public domain. There, all money spent, and there were empty seats. And the people on the streets were saying, hey, we don't care. Modi invokes Janta Janardhan, Mann Ki Baat, my offering helps me connect. How can he connect when he doesn't listen, right? Congress on way to score a century of choicest abuse. Let me just tell you, Priyanka Gandhi came and smacked this whole episode and him left, right and center. She said, and that was amazing. He says, all he does is complain. Oh, to complain hi karte rehte hain. And then she goes and further says, which is really funny, is PMO should have been writing about all the issues of the people, but his writing is the first PM I have seen who's complaining. He's complaining about the opposition. He has everything in his control. ED, IB, CBI, the media most of all. And he's complaining. He's complaining. Get that, you bucks. He's complaining. He's a crybaby. And look at what she said. She said, if I had to write down the insults thrown at her and her family by the BJP and the Prime Minister, she could write books and books and books. But the big one was what she said, that my brother says, मैं गाली क्या मैं गोली लेने के दिया. And there's reality in it, because they've lost their grandmother and their father. So there's reality. You can't even wish it away, right? Then you have insult to PM is insult to nation. Yogi. Insult to nation? I don't think insulting any PM. So that means all the time that, what's his name, PM was abusing Manmohan Singh, he was actually insulting the government, insulting India. But hey, the biggest insult is when he anyway went to Korea and said what he said, that people used to be ashamed to be called Indian before he came in 2014, right? The weather goes crazy again, right? Then you have this, it's part of public life. Priyanka tells Modi about abuses hurled at him. Absolutely it is. 100th episode of Mann Ki Baat celebrated at heritages. So all the different heritages, which firstly they're trying to scrub out, because most of these heritages are Mughal. Right? All are Mughal. Look at the irony in that. All the heritages are Mughal. And they've got this guy's face plastered all over. What a waste. Mann Ki Baat journey, a social catalyst, says Modi. Social catalyst? For what? I haven't seen it to be catalyst. Congress and outdated engine halted development. Oh God. This is the one I love the most. Every development that I've seen, The roots of it were established over the years from independence. In fact, the railways even goes beyond that. The Grand Trunk Road even beyond that to the Mughals. Development is a process. It's not just study started because he came to power, right? More women voters than men in half of Karnataka's assembly seats, and this, folks, is going to make a difference because the promises that Priyanka Gandhi and the Congress are offering are amazing, and the reception she's getting is unbelievable. Okay, snake a garland on Lord Shiva's neck. PM hits back at Congress jibe. Congress steps up attack on BJP over corruption in state. Well, okay, after what that other fellow said about Sonia Gandhi, let's just write off this snake jibe, right? And also, let me just say this. These jibes may have worked in Gujarat, and what it tells you is Gujarati Asmita, which is again parochialism and regionalism at its worst. They're not concerned about their future. It's the worst model ever. Poverty levels are bad, education levels are bad, health indexes are amongst the bottom, but they still voted this government in. A lot of it was, I'm told, finagling with the EVMs, but hey, this is what it is. PM Lord selfie with daughter extols women empowerment. How can he talk about power empowerment when he doesn't have the time to listen to Vinesh Phogat, right? Then we have vote for double engine government, not reverse gear, one says Shah. So when I see this double engine, I can only see two unhealthy, fat little guys from Gujarat run. And funnily, the train seems to be running where? To Gujarat. It's not going anywhere else. Double engine just means that. Just see what happened in Maharashtra. They moved two of the biggest projects, right? Then Amul wanted to take over Nandini, right? There you have it, right? Protests becoming tool for BJP's rival parties fear wrestlers. Parties fear wrestlers. Not really. I think this is again trying to build doubt into the wrestlers' mind. The wrestlers must understand, without the power of the parties, whether it's the Congress, whether it's AAP, whether it is the Kisan Union, they are going to be bullied out of this whole thing. It's going to go nowhere, right? They are needed to build public opinion. Priyanka visits protesting wrestlers, seeks Singh's ouster, and that's the main guy. And look, what is Singh doing, right? Day after FIRs, WFI chiefs defiant, ready to face Priya, will not quit. That if they're serious about girls, the first thing should do is kick that guy out, right? Wrestlers get support from opposition politicians. Conspiracy by Congress, industrious Singh. Look at this one. And today he even says that, ask Akhilesh, he's got him on the dock. About me, he knows everything. Haryana Cup throws weight behind wrestlers, and they should be there. And I wonder today what our poor wrestling girls are doing in this ring outside. Right? The nation's talk show that celebrates ordinary Indians, not really, only celebrates one person, and that is Modi here. 100th MKB episode, BJP plans live broadcast, and was just crazy. Congress is abusing me as I've shut down all its sources of corruption, says Modi, because he opened them all for himself. All for himself. And all you have to do is to look at the electoral bond and blame Jaitley for it. And I blame Jaitley for it, to make them faceless. Congress keeps abusing me and losing, says Modi. Not really in Himachal, folks. Don't go for this abusing. That only happened in one place, and that was Gujarat. That was his backyard anyway, right? Modi talks of his agony, more ignores people, woe, says Priyanka. Absolutely right. Terrorists were hiding for months. Ammo came from Pak, says police. And core growth hits 5-month low of 3.6%. And SEBI, this is the beauty. SEBI seeks 6 more months to complete Adani probe, and I'm not sure what we're going to do, because this entire game, obviously, SEBI is in the hands of Adani because his in-laws is in the committee. And basically what they're trying to do is put it into a cycle that the results don't come out before the next election. I hope the Supreme Court sees through it, and they probably will, right? They probably will. Nitish, opposition meet to draw a plan after Karnataka polls. That's fair. Tension. This is another thing I wanted to know. Northeast, the Sarna, Northeast. Sarna is the most despicable turncoat chief minister there is, right? And with him, I don't even know why Smriti Irani yesterday. Smriti Irani. That is, all the guys who are turncoats are just the vermin. They stabbed us in the back. What about Jyoti Sindhya? Money. Sarna, money, CBI, ED, right? But what's happening here? And you people don't see it. Tension rises in Manipur town, curfew imposed. Curbs in Manipur after arson ahead of CM event. And what happens here, folks, is the control factor that's happening from Assam. He's trying to hog up all the northeast culturally and otherwise. And people will resist, especially places like Manipur will definitely resist, right? Will definitely resist. But you got to watch it. Northeast is not with the BJP. Assam so far is, and Congress has got to fight them that head on. They made mistake with Gogoi. They've got to correct that and move on. But Mann Ki Baat, folks, listen to my Mann Ki Baat. My Mann Ki Baat is do Kaam Ki Baat and have Man Ka Mausam like this. Cheers and Jai Hind.